against violence against women and girls. It is not acceptable. It is very barbaric, and it's something that is very terrible, and we hope that people will ensure that they speak out if they're going through such, and that people will desist from such unacceptable behavior. However, there are so many things that we know that have actually led to these to violence against women. We have a lot of indices, and I think for me it begins from upbringing, the family. It's the way we raise our children, and for us as women, we should ensure that we raise them well. Raise the boys to be gentlemen. Raise the girls to be ladies, proper ladies, and let them know that there are ways that we behave. So it begins from our home. It begins from how we conduct our affairs as husband and wife in front of our children. And then there are some people that are, I call them psychopaths. There are issues that they're going through and they don't know how to vent their angers. Anger is something that everyone should know how to vent. Even the Bible says that be angry but sin not. And so it's okay to be angry, but do not vent your anger on another person to the extent that you will leave bruises or you become physical. And so there are different levels of abuse. There's a physical and there's a verbal abuse. No one should be seen to undergo such. And so causes of domestic violence are: number one, upbringing; number two, inability of either party to be able to work on their issues; and then words. Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. And so you should be able to learn how to communicate, how to vent your anger. And if you are undergoing or going through such, really you should seek help. Talk to someone. Report it. I always say to people that domestic violence has been in existence for a long time. It's just that it's now that people are reporting it and it's becoming open. Our parents were taught to keep quiet in marriage. But internationally now and globally, we're told to speak out against such. So there should be an act that protects women, especially in Africa. Abroad, you cannot, do that, because even though we have people that are engaging in such act, but then there's a lot of protection for the woman. So I clamor for such protection for women in Nigeria and even in Africa. And I also say that if you're going through such, speak out against it. There are counselors, there are agencies that are willing to listen to you. But I'll leave you with one last thing, and this is to a lot of us as women. Check before you get married. A lot of all these issues should have been noted during courtship, but a lot of us just rush into marriages. And so for me, before marriage is a big issue. There should be training for marriages. There should be counseling for people before they go into marriage. And people should plan their marriage as opposed to the energy that we use to plan a wedding day. Because if we do all of that, it will help us. And lastly, really, God on our side in choosing who is going to be our spouse. For me, those are the things that we should look out for, so that before you enter into it, you already know where you're going. Some of those behavioral acts would have been exposed during courtship. It's just that we all overlook it. And I want to say to women, don't overlook such things. A man that does not respect you, you should not give your life and your entire body to, because he will continue to disrespect you. And so you should take your time to check before you invest your life into someone. You know, as before marriage, open your eyes. They said love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. Check very well. Be sure that what you are going into is something that you are ready to accept for the rest of your life. And so if there are attitudinal issues that you know you cannot accept, take your time, seek counseling. Go through it. Churches and religious bodies have counseling sessions for couples. It's unfortunate that couples don't submit themselves very well to those counseling, as opposed to the heavy burden and energy they put into planning a wedding day. And when they now get into the marriage, it becomes a major issue. But then, if you have not entered, there's nothing you can do, other than to seek for counseling. Open up the issue. Don't keep it to yourself, because once it gets bad and if it deteriorates, your life is at stake. And so don't let your life be at stake. So verbally, let us not violate ourselves. Physically, let us not violate ourselves. And so I speak and I stand against it. With everything that I have, I stand against violence. My name is Modupe Oyekunle. I'm the president of NECA's Network of Entrepreneurial Women, and I stand against every form, whether verbal or physical, violence against women and girls.